In the Impact segment tonight, reaction to our interview with Donald Trump. Joining us now, Dana Perino, my fellow co-host of The Five. Dana, welcome.
Thanks.
I really want to kind of drill into this economic plan. And Donald Trump talked about his economic plan.
Else?
Well, no, we can talk.
I have all these notes.
Well, we can hit your notes, but did you listen to Hillary Clinton's email plan? I mean, her econ plan?
Sure, I listened to her speech.
Amazing. I mean, was there the amount of redistribution of wealth in that speech, in that policy plan, is astounding.
And you know, they have like stacks and stacks of her policy papers, and if you go there, it's like it's hard. Whereas some people complain Donald Trump's isn't detailed enough, hers are so detailed. But I thought that it was a little bit of a wash. I mean, she gave the free college piece, I think, is the one that really is interesting to me, especially because, as I understand it, her plan would go up to $125,000 a year for families. That probably isn't helping the poorest people. And there's also a case to be made that the vocational training, that we should maybe focus on that a little bit more, which I think that's where some place that Donald Trump could focus on that would show a little bit of a difference and a willingness to be more fiscally responsible. Very
quickly, before we move on to some of the other stuff, I found it very interesting that she really honed in on TPP. I am against TPP. Remember Terry McAuliffe at the DNC saying, no, she's for TPP when she becomes president. They flip-flopped on that.
Well, and actually, there is precedent for saying that candidates will often be against trade until they're president, and then they realize that trade is actually beneficial for lots of different reasons, although there are harms, of course, but geopolitical reasons, etc. I think what she was trying to show was that to the Bernie Sanders voters, that she is not going to turn a blind eye to a lame duck TPP vote. So she will be against trade possibly until she's president.
All right, let's get to some of those notes. You have a lot of notes.
Well, here's just a couple of things. So it's a great opportunity to come on primetime television, especially cable news, for an audience that probably really likes him. But he didn't advance the ball on anything. He didn't break any news. And these are opportunities where you could use to try to wrap up the day and to drive into the next day. And I don't think that we actually learned anything new, except for his point that he says that he doesn't want to see her medical records.
That was very interesting. A lot of people have been asking about that.
Well, like a lot of people, I think that both candidates in October, if they follow tradition, will release full physicals from their doctors, or, as has been suggested, there should be an independent panel of doctors that looks at those medical records and then puts out the statements. And they're probably both perfectly healthy and fine. They're both about the same age. And
you know, he stayed with the Barack Obama, and I can't remember if he included Hillary Clinton. I think both of them were still the co-founders or founders of ISIS. Your thoughts?
Well, I feel like everything he is saying is accurate except for the founding part. And then that's the part he's sticking to the most.
I gave him
an
option.
You gave him the enabling. I wrote it down. Enabler, complacent, bad judgment. Also ignored the advice of the military, ignored the advice of the foreign policy experts, although he might not like those people either. But I think that when he got caught on the founded issue, and then the reporters come after him on that, and he digs in his heels even more. And also, he said that he was against the Iraq war at the beginning. There is a videotape or audio tape of an interview that he did at the time with CNN where he does not say that. And nobody pushes back on him in that when they do interviews with him.
They're going to make me go. Run out of time. Heartbreak, Dana. Thank you so much. Up next, U.S. Senator who's calling for Hillary Clinton to do time in prison over her email scandal. He'll join us to explain.